What is going on with decentralized finance, aka DeFi? It seems like every single lender or project involved with DeFi is skyrocketing. It reminds me of the ICO days from 2017. So, is DeFi worth getting into, or is it a bubble? Let's discuss. First of all, if you don't know what DeFi is, quite simply think of it as projects that are trying to act like a bank. So what does a bank do? Bank takes deposits, and also bank gives out loans. That's basically what decentralized finance means, but obviously a little bit more complex. These projects are based on the blockchain, they're based on smart contracts, and they're based on oracles, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So what these companies do, basically, they take people's money, or crypto in this case, they lock them up and they give them very, very high interest rates. So that is a big advantage. One of the reasons why people love DeFi. Think of your traditional bank account. You put in money, you get 0.2% interest, APR, like it's basically zero. But with DeFi, if you lock up, say, Bitcoin or even a stable coin, it could be as high as 10%, in some cases even higher. The interest rate is very, very high. And the reason for it is they don't invest like a traditional bank. Banks give you very little interest because what they're doing is taking your money, investing with it, and hoping that they make a return. With DeFi, on the flip side, these companies are lending out crypto. That's why they want you to lock in your crypto in the first place. So there's people out there that pretty much want to play with fire. They want to leverage. They want to play with money they don't have. So they put down collateral, so in this case crypto, and they borrow money or they borrow crypto against their collateral. And then what do they do with that? They use that and then they invest in more crypto. That's basically how it works and what most people are utilizing DeFi for. So that's the brief explanation of what DeFi is in a nutshell. Of course, a little bit more complex than that, but easiest way to think about these projects are that they're trying to act like banks. And take a look at this website, DeFi Pulse. The total locked up value of all the crypto and basically every single DeFi lending project out there is now at $4.6 billion. $4.6 billion. If you go back a year, that number was only around 494, let's just say 500 million. So roughly 1 year, it has went up tenfold. That's just locked in value. So people perceive locked in value as use, right? And network transaction is high. So if you look at the top four lenders, Maker, Compound, Synthetic, and Aave, they've been skyrocketing. Maker has always been high, but it's also moving up. Take a look at their market cap. Maker is at close to 600 million. Aave, which used to be Ethland, they're at 507 million in market cap, and they have been skyrocketing recently. Synthetic, which I'm not too familiar about this company, but still, they're in the DeFi space, lending space, close to 400 million, and Compound is $445 million. So this is why it reminds me kind of like the ICO days of 2017. Basically, any lending or any company that's involved with DeFi is really benefiting right now. It's really skyrocketing. There are risks, so I don't think people understand what those risks are. Number one, there are smart contract risks. Everything is handled through smart contracts. Even Vitalik himself says that DeFi users are underestimating smart contract risk because there's always vulnerabilities. With new patches, new updates, there's vulnerabilities. You just don't quite know sometimes. And there are a few DeFi companies that were hacked. So that's number one. You do need to realize that when you don't control your own funds, you don't control your own funds. Okay, number two, there are other risks involved in terms of getting liquidated due to market volatility. Maker went through this. Remember when Bitcoin crashed at 3,800, Ethereum flash crashed, and the system didn't even have time to do appropriate liquidations. Basically, almost everything was liquidated, and auctions had to be held where they were selling selling crypto for basically pennies on the dollar. So there are risks involved with liquidation events as well. If the system goes down or there's a flash crash volatility, there's stuff to worry about. So there are inherent risks, and plus, I already mentioned, the people that are actually putting down the collateral to borrow, they're taking an extreme risk, right? They're playing with fire. They're playing with money they don't have. And unfortunately, some people, they want to risk that, and that's up to them, but I'm not for it, and I don't think you guys should be for that either. So with that said, is DeFi in a bubble, and will it burst? Unfortunately, I do think it's a bubble. I do think that there's too many people that's getting involved, too much enthusiasm, and the way it's growing, I definitely see that it is in a bubble. But will this bubble burst anytime soon? That's unknown. Since we're still early, in terms of total locked up volume compared to the total market cap of the entire crypto space, still relatively small. So this could definitely continue forward for a lot longer. And if you're feeling FOMO, you want to jump in, be careful, don't go all in, don't FOMO in, and try to spread out your buys. Now, besides lending projects that are doing well, I mentioned oracles. They're a necessity to these DeFi projects, and the biggest one has to be, or I should say the only one, has to be Chainlink. And Chainlink is definitely on fire. Just yesterday, I created a video talking about Chainlink and their explosive growth. And yesterday, Chainlink topped out around $13,880 and then went down to $12. Look at it now. It's at $14.18, and it was even higher earlier today. Chainlink is just on a roll. Now, recently, you can see there's a big gap here. Recently, Chainlink shot up due to a massive short squeeze. And that's because there's a company called Zeus Capital that is spreading a lot of FUD. They publicly shorted Chainlink, and they were liquidated. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars liquidated that all went to Link and pumped it even higher. The irony is they actually borrowed money on Aave and then used that to short Chainlink. That's the irony here. But Chainlink is going up because of that short squeeze, and plus there's so many people that is really excited about DeFi, and DeFi really relies on smart contracts and oracles for their execution. So that is another reason why Chainlink is skyrocketing, and it doesn't seem like this is going to stop anytime soon. And today, for the first time ever on Coinbase and on Binance, that Chainlink's trading volume exceeded Bitcoin's. Think about that. Think about how difficult it is for that to happen, and that happened today. That's how many people that are actually involved with Chainlink and trading. And it's not just Chainlink either. There's another project very similar to Chainlink, probably one of their biggest competitors, is also skyrocketing. People are already looking at the next Chainlink. I'm going to do some research and talk about them next week. So, bottom line is, any company that's involved with DeFi right now is really benefiting at this point. All right, that's it for this video. What do you guys think? Do you like DeFi? Are you utilizing it already? Leave your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned to my next video. Take care.